Hey, look at it. Look it. It is what it is, man.
We will do.
That'll do. Mace. I figured I shouldn't call you a pig. Just, that'll do, pig. So, here we are once again. Are you ready for the converging hurricanes coming our way?
Oh, yes. Sure, why not?
Twin hurricanes. Chuck that in the mix. Fine. I hope everybody is on the coast is preparing and staying safe and all that good stuff. So, 2020.
2020, gang. Love it. Twin Gulf hurricanes. Just bingo card that one. Boop.
That's what you need is a 2020 bingo card. Oh, what's the most depressing game of bingo in the whole world? Oh no! However, I guess some congratulations is in order. It is a happy Virgo season. It's the beginning of Virgo season on the 22nd.
I'm glad that you know that.
I only know that because of my Lilith calendar that tells me things like that.
Oh. What was that word that you just
And I have a little... Hold on. Let me grab it so I can... Let me show this to you. I believe it's Lillywillen? Lillywillen? Ilwilden? Hold on. Is that backwards?
Llewellyn.
I don't think that's Llewellyn.
It's just Llewellyn with an extra L, which I think is common for Llewellyn. You can have a Llewellyn with two front L's.
Okay. It's Luann Platters, Witch's Datebook 2020. But, and add this to the list of people who I'm sure are offended at us. There was a nice little remark on today's date. It says, black smoke from an extinguished candle indicates negative energy and cleansing is advisable.
Oh, there you go. Everybody cleanse your shit.
Oh, so little tidbit, just a nugget.
What are you talking about today?
Well, so I've got my little bucket of herbs that I got from just over the years at Hearth Wisdom, or not years, whatever. And whenever I'm feeling like I just want to talk about a good little herb, I just kind of shove my hand into the pile of things we haven't covered yet, and I pull one, and it's almost like divination. And I'm like, this is what I will talk about it. And I got for today's topic, coriander.
Oh, lovely. I like to cook with coriander.
Coriander. Do you have I believe you and our grandfather both have the gene that makes it taste like soap? Do you guys?
No, absolutely not. I will blend cilantro up and drink it.
Really? I know. Okay, all right. Who am I thinking? It might be Rustin then, because I know Papa does for sure. He hates it. And, Lyra, really? Mm-hmm. Oh no. I feel bad for people with the soapy gene, because I love cilantro.
Oh, yeah. It's delicious.
What are you talking about? Oh, just some sour cream on some frickin' goddamn beans. Oh, sorry. You can tell I'm hungry. What are you talking about today?
You know, I did not know that cilantro and coriander, like those were related. I didn't know that until I planted my garden this year and got cilantro seeds and they were corianders. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Apparently, I think it's the UK and India and even some parts of the US don't even refer to cilantro leaves the same way that we refer to it. It's just the whole thing is coriander.
It makes more sense to call the whole plant what it is, to call it coriander.
I mean, for sure. And I have definitely started calling it coriander more often, especially in relation to the seeds, because that's what it comes labeled as. And it's regional because cilantro is just Spanish for coriander. Yeah. So I think it depends on where you're at in the world and all that. So what are you talking about? Share with me.
I am talking to you. I'm going super basic, and it's something you know more about than I do. I'm talking about jojoba oil.
Oh, that waxy temptress.
It is a waxy bitch, man. That was interesting. I didn't know that. It was neat to read about its chemical waxy nature.
Oh, confuse my skin. Just get in there. Dive into my pore. I love jojoba oil. I'm so excited for you to talk about that because if I could afford it, I would stop taking showers. It would just be jojoba grease from now until I...
Oh, well,
Gross.
yeah, I mean, I kind of get it, like, especially understanding, how it interacts with your skin in such a seamless way. It's just really cool. I was very fascinated by it.
I'm just excited to hear more about it. Sorry, I had to have a little moment where I reflected on my love for jojoba oil. So, those topics. And this episode entirely is dedicated to our Patreon, who we accidentally forgot to dedicate last episode to. So I guess last episode, as well as this one, is dedicated to Jane K.
Okay. I'm so happy that I was able to do what I just did. You're so laggy, and my screen froze on your face. And it froze for so long, I was able to screenshot it.
Did you screen?
And it's the funniest fucking thing.
God damn it.
It's the best thing I've ever...
That'll be a fun
thing seen. Oh, wow. I'm glad I have that. No, it's
one
like
of these?
the most impossible U-shaped smile. And I don't understand how you did it. Whoa.
Now I'm all self-conscious about my face.
It's great. What a prize. Who goes first?
Oh, we're just going to skip the song dedication for Jane K? Wow.
Oh, yeah, Jane K. My brains were scrambled by that picture. I completely forgot about it.
All I got is Sweet Jane from Velvet Underground, so.
The first thing, I don't know why, it just showed up in my head is the one Jane makes you larger and one Jane makes you small. And the ones that Jane K gives you don't do anything at all. Go at Jane K.
When she's 10 feet tall. I love how in that scenario, it's Jane K handing out Jane Ks.
Very full circle.
Macy.
Yes.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
Talk to me. I will. Do you hear my dogs? They're screaming.
I do. They loved the Annie Lennox.
I get it. Who doesn't, honestly? All right, I'm going to talk to you about jojoba oil. Listen, shut up. So, it is a liquid produced in the seed of the Sumundiza chinensis. It's a plant. In fact, it is a shrub. It is a shrubby boy, which is native to California, or Southern California, Northern Mexico, Southern Arizona, so your southwesty, kind of more arid type climates is where the jojoba plant grows. It's an oily boy, or I should say waxy boy, but we'll get to that. So the seed itself, or the jojoba nut, is 50% oil, like by weight. So it's like half of that seed is the oily bits, like super, super dense with. It's not like one of those things like fucking jasmine to where you got to have 80 million pounds of flowers to extract dick. Like jojoba is about, no. Just like squish two and you'll have a fuck pile of oil. Like it's more like on that vein. They're super oily. Or are they waxy?
Why is it so expensive?
It's technically a wax, or specifically a wax ester. It's called an oil, though, because it's still liquidy looking. It looks like an oil. It feels like an oil, kind of like a talks like a duck, walks like a duck situation. It's called an oil. It's technically a wax ester, which means that it is 97% wax esters, which are these fatty acids that are esterified with alcohols. So I'm not going to pretend to you that I know what that means. However, I have some comparisons to you that'll at least drive home kind of what its makeup's like, a little bit, sort of, what these wax esters
Thank God.
are. So they comprise the main components of your heavy hitter, very deeply just rich waxes of beeswax, carnauba wax, and candelilla wax. Or candilla wax. Candelilla. Lovely-ler.
Candelilla.
You have those, like, you could, I don't want to say those are like super waxy waxes, but you know what I mean? Like, you're super moisturizing kind of, your carnauba, your waxy waxes. Like, those are very, very high in wax esters as well. And they are kind of the building blocks are made.
Water is wet.
Waxes. Yeah. So, that said, it's used as an oil. It's called an oil. We're going to call it an oil like everybody else. This is not going to be a juniper cedar situation or a selenite satin spar situation.
No.
It's jojoba oil. I'm not going to call it jojoba wax. So there's a rich history of jojoba being used by Native American tribes going back a very long time. They figured out very quickly the benefits that came from using the jojoba nut oil or seed oil and used it for a whole myriad of reasons. So they would extract it from the seeds, oftentimes using a mortar and pestle or, kind of mashing and grinding type technique. And they would put the paste essentially on sores, cuts, burns, any kind of skin wound, things like that, and it would aid in the healing process. I can hear my dog screaming in the background. Jojoba's makeup, it makes it really good for skincare because it has this ability, essentially, I don't want to use the word trick, but like our skin almost doesn't recognize that it's not our own oil. Like it's so similar to our own skin oils that it can help your skin be like, oh no, look at how the oil, we're producing this oil. We don't need to keep producing so much oil and hyper producing. We're all moisturized and we're good and we're balanced. Quit. And it will help you essentially kind of balance the level of oil production in your skin, which is really cool to me. Like that was neat.
I love it. I love it so much. And that's, it's good for people with oily skin because like when I was working in skincare and they were like, I have super oily skin, but I want to stay natural. What do I do? And I'm like, use jojoba oil. They would look at me like I killed a kitten in front of them. And it's, you go through that and you're like, well, it's just, you trick your skin, and you make it think that it's not yours. So try it. Oh God, it's nature's miracle.
So along with extracting the oils from the nuts or the seeds, Native Americans or some Native American tribes would also drink kind of a coffee-like mixture made out of the seeds, which also apparently when roasted kind of resemble the smell of coffee beans when roasted. I couldn't find anywhere if it actually has caffeine in it. I don't know, but I was curious to know, maybe it does, but it would be prepared into a beverage. There were even some, the Apaches would use the oil to treat pain, while you would have other tribes use it to cure stomach disorders. So it was used not just for the skin, like it was used in all kinds of different ways. And especially for, of course, like tribes that resided. Is that a word? Is resided a word? I guess it is in that region. Risotto. So through this like super kind of special wax-like structure, jojoba oil it doesn't break down. It doesn't break down like a lot of other different kinds of oils, especially oils that are higher in triglycerides. And because of that, it can last forever, like almost forever. Like it doesn't become rancid like a lot of oils do. And along with that, able to handle a very, very wide range of temperatures as well. So it just doesn't react to much. It doesn't require much, which is really funny because that's a lot like the plant itself, which I'll get to that. So it can really help to hydrate your skin because it covers it in a layer of moisture it's breathable, which is good. Like you're not just kind of clogging pores and whatnot, and your skin's still able to breathe. And it also provides a natural factor of, I saw about SPF 4, kind of like it's a mild sunscreen, but it's still something. And it was used for a very long time as kind of a sun protectant. It's not going to work, probably as good as our sunscreens today, but before you had some sweet ass sunscreen, you made do with what you had.
Interesting.
So the jojoba plant is super hardy. It's an evergreen, and it's a shrub, which I love a shrub. It can reach about 9 feet tall. It's not a super tall dude. It's a shorter shrub, and it loves the desert regions. It can handle such a wide range. It can get down to below freezing at night in the desert, night times to over 120 degrees in the day, Fahrenheit. So it just doesn't mind.
So we can grow it in Texas is what I'm hearing.
Potentially. I don't know. I actually, that's a really good question. I don't know if it's not arid enough here, to be honest. It really likes it dry and arid, it seems. But we grow yucca here. So it kind of seems like if you can grow a yucca, you can maybe grow a jojoba. I'm not sure.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
So let me tell you how it does it. It does it with its roots. So it can grow roots really far down, 12 feet down. So it can reach some water from deeper layers of soil that might still have some in it, not like the cracked, dry surface of, the ground. It goes down a little bit deeper. And it has these special leaves that can really help it adapt to the dryness. So it has these long, or not long, but like these narrow leaves, and they have that kind of leathery type surface with a hairy coating, and it helps prevent some water loss. So it's focused on like retention as well as going down deep to get the water. I liked this, and you'll know why. I don't even have to explain to you why. So I don't know how to pronounce this word, and I honestly meant to figure this out before recording, but like almost any other time I mean to do that, I didn't. So here we are again. It says the plant is dioecious. Dioecious? I don't know. Anyway, when I first looked down a moment ago, I read it as this plant is delirious, but that's not my favorite part. So here we go. That means that you have a male plant. The male plant produces the pollen, and the female plant produces inconspicuous flowers, which I just really liked.
You bet she does. Mm-hmm. What a polite
You don't
lady.
want to be conspicuous. Very highbrow. So, in spite of the extreme and volatile habitats that they live in, some jojoba bushes can live to be as old as 200 years. So they can live longer than we can. Like, they can live a long ass time. So I want to say a lot of that information was from...
Your audio dropped out a little bit, but it made it sound like you said they live longer than we eat cake. Just a little...
What an interesting unit of measurement. A little longer than we eat cake.
About 4 slices of cake.
So all of that delicious, delicious knowledge, it came from cals.arizona.edu. A thing I was really intrigued with that I thought was cool is that jojoba is an excellent environmentally friendly oil or substance that can be used. It's a good option or a good environmentally friendly skincare, whatever. Because it doesn't need much. Like it basically chills out in the desert and it doesn't really need much water. Its water requirement is super low. It lives a very long time. It can be in volatile temperatures, but the oil output in each one of those seeds is pretty high and they get loaded down with them. So it's a pretty good output for a very minimal kneading thing. I don't really know why it's so expensive. I don't know if it's because the extraction process, maybe. I really don't know. I mean, it's not like outlandishly expensive. It's not like rose oil, but it's not as cheap as coconut oil, I don't think. It's a good bit more expensive than coconut oil. Yeah. So I don't really know why that is.
Mm-hmm. I think maybe it's expensive because the past, I say recent years, but I mean like 10 to 20 past years or so, it's been used as like a buzzword in skincare. I've seen it also with argan oil. Now I know not the extraction process, but I know it's a little bit different with argan oil, where it's grown and how it comes about. But I don't know, I think it's one of those things that it's just like, oh, it sounds fancy, so we can charge you a premium for it.
Well, one thing about it is that pretty much unless you use it, it's not going to go bad, or you're going to have it forever. So that could be another thing. The shelf life of jojoba oil is incredibly long because of its makeup being more of that wax ester makeup than an oil that will spoil a little bit easier. So that could be another reason, which also makes it good for, it is a little bit more pricey, but if you get some, it will last for one, but it can be a good addition for infusions, perhaps like salves or oil infusions, things like that, of course, when you add the plant components in, it's not going to last as long as the jojoba oil, but it might last longer than some other carrier oil. So it's really good for that kind of thing. Which I have a little infusion recipe coming up for you at the end, and you will love it. And I'm going to try it, and I'm very excited about it as well. It's very easy to do. So jojoba really kind of took off in the 70s, and this was really interesting to me and sad, but I guess also it's a good thing. It's hopeful, but essentially in the 70s, the hunting of sperm whales for like whale oil used in cosmetics, that was when that was pretty much legally shut down. Of course, there's still shady hunting and shit that happens all of the time, but that's when measures were really started to be put in place. So you couldn't hunt sperm whales for their oil to be put into everything, all kinds of shit. So jojoba oil kind of came on the scene at that point as like a replacement, or it really started to gain in popularity at that point as a cosmetic oil. And interestingly enough, there's a lot of research starting to be done as it could eventually perhaps be a very clean burning, pretty sustainable substitute or alternative for diesel fuel. So because of its ability to stay at high pressure and temperatures, one, it works for that, but it also burns very clean. So it's a way lower emissions alternative to diesel fuel.
It's the perfect plant. We don't deserve it.
We don't deserve it. And let me tell you why. Let me give you this. I have a recipe for you. And, I mentioned that it was a good carrier oil. And I found this online, and I'm very excited to make some. And it's something that I know you will use, and it runs in the family. I will use it. However, this is jojoba calendula oil. That's it. It's just jojoba and calendula oil extract.
Oh, yeah! Two of my favorite oh my God! Sorry, I'm very excited.
And it is super duper easy. So the jar size is kind of up to you, because you're also going to be needing to you're going to have to fill the jar with flowers to scale of the jar. So if you pick like a 32 ounce jar, you're going to have to use a fuck pile of calendula. But if you make this in like a smaller, you know what I'm saying? So I would not use a big jar is what I'm saying. Get like maybe one of those little 12 ounce jars, or, something like that, and use that, because it takes a fair amount of flowers. So you need to fill the jar.
Like an 8 ounce 10.
Yeah, something like that. Like they even have the little 4 ounce ones, or I think they're about 4 ounces. I like to use those. Those are one of my favorite jar sizes. And, do it with that, because it takes a lot. So whatever size jar you're using, fill the jar 3/4 to 2/3 full with dried calendula flowers. So you're using a fair amount. Make sure that the herbs are good and dry, that they've had some time to dry. So after you've set it out, or you've put it all in there, it needs to sit for 4 to 6 weeks. and slowly infuse. So this is not a rush job. This isn't going to take super quickly. It takes some time. It's helpful to write the date that you mixed it on the bottom of the jar just to keep up with it, so time flies. So then when it's time to crack it open, strain it, take the herbs out with a cheesecloth. You might want to do it a couple times to get all the little particles out, which of course are an extra thing that could speed along the decay of your oil that you make. You then need to transfer it into smaller bottles if that's what you want to do. You can just keep it in that big bottle if you're just going to slather it all over your whole body, which is what I would do. So, and just one more time, while jojoba pretty much does have like an infinite shelf life, or seemingly so, it goes a long time, herbs don't. So this may be a year, no more, it's not going to keep as long. But anyway, that's from jojobacompany.com, and I'm excited to try it.
Okay, so I was going to say, have you met our girl Jojoba before? Have you used her facilities?
No, I'm very excited to. I've heard about it for a while and I didn't know why. When I used to do henna just as like a hobby, it was a good catalyst oil, apparently. I believe that jojoba oil was like one that you could use to kind of help it really get a good cure to it because you mix it up. But I always wondered what it was and I never got any. I think it was jojoba. Fuck, I don't remember. Anyway, I've heard about it for a really long time and I want to try it because I have very dry skin and it is chronically dry no matter what I do to it. And I feel like something like that might be the ticket.
I would suggest trying it, not just because it's my favorite oil. Like I will actively research other oils just to remind myself, just be like, is there any other reason I should be using another kind of oil? Like it feels very bad to just have settled down, but we're married. It's fine. I will let you know, if you haven't tried it before, there's a bit of a smell. It's not, you may have seen it in your research. Some people, it's one of those things that people are like, it has an earthy scent. It's not terrible. I don't mind either. I really don't. It's very specific. And if I put it on in the morning, like throughout the day, I'll get little whiffs of it. It's not bad. It's just be prepared. Also be prepared. A lot of people online try to sell fake oils. And this is about all oils, but for some reason, jojoba gets a pretty bad, there's a big market for fake jojoba oil, I guess.
By fake, you don't mean synthetic, right? Because I did see there is a synthetic version, but it's pretty much chemically identical.
No, I mean, they'll send you...
they send you some canola oil instead.
Basically. Yeah, they'll send you some kind of super cheap oil. Yeah. And a good trick to test it out to see if you truly have jojoba oil is because it's a wax. If you put it in your fridge or in a cold place, kind of like coconut oil, you know how it kind of, when it gets cold, it'll get solid. It'll get a little cloudy and it'll get a little solid. It annoys me when I see people review jojoba oil online and they're like, it was moldy, it came and it was all white and it looked weird, and they'll put a picture of it and it's just in its waxy state. So don't be afraid of that. But anyway, clearly I'm very excited about the jojoba oil. I want to talk to you about cilantro. Well, coriander, or coriandrum sativum, aka cilantro. Don't even say sativum to me, please. AKA cilantro or Chinese parsley, as I have seen it labeled before.
Oh.
You'll be putting on a feast where you're going to make fajitas and you want to put a little bit of cilantro in everything. And then you'll find out you accidentally got parsley and you'll be pissed.
Yeah, parsley is like cilantro's overbearing girlfriend. It's just way worse and
not
more.
As good.
It's not as good. Way too loud.
It's always around when when you don't want it to be around. Yeah.
And it's just easy to get too much of. It's just small doses with parsley.
Perfect. Although when we do a parsley episode, she might have something to say about that. Okay, so planetary correspondence. This is a Mars plant. Its element is fire. It's tied mainly and worked with mainly love and healing. Affiliated with Saint Anthony. And when used as an incense, the smell is described as a bit nutty. All parts of this plant are edible. However, I want to go ahead and chuck the warnings right up front. Always do your research. Talk to your doctor. Refer to our disclaimer before using anything we talk about on blah, 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 blah. People who have or are taking medication for diabetes, pregnant people, breastfeeding, those who are allergic to other plants in the Apiaceae family.
Episcopalian.
Applebee's.
Adirondack.
AWOL Nation. Oh, no.
Oh, that was good.
Ow, I'm wheezing. So those, if you are allergic to caraway, fennel, or celery, you might also be allergic to coriander. So avoid taking it or working with it until you speak to a doctor. And
can we talk about celery salt? Do you use celery salt?
Sometimes. Yeah.
I love
celery salt.
Celery salt.
You love saltines with celery salt. Although I bet that would be good.
I do. I'd go for that. I'd fuck with that.
Celery salt, that's one of those things that I don't think about often. But when I do, I'm like, God damn, I should use that more. Kind of like dill.
It makes everything better to my palate. Everything. It just improves.
It's your version of MSG is just celery salt.
Yeah, I feel like it's like my Frank's hot sauce. Like, it's like how you have people who put Frank's on everything. It's like, I just put fucking sour cream and fucking celery salt on everything.
Good, man. All right. In general, large amounts of coriander seeds can be dangerous. The name coriander, ultimately, it comes from the Greek word that meant bedbug. Due to the similar look to it, I guess. It looks like a bedbug. I don't know. But it's evolved and changed over time. One of the oldest mentions of coriander being used for a medical purpose dates back to 1550 BC, dude, in an Egyptian text called the Ebers, maybe I'm saying that wrong. But the Egyptians would use coriander in embalming, as it was thought to ensure a safe travel to the beyond. Nuns in the 1300s, this is for some reason a very funny mental image to me, nuns would make a cosmetic water known as Carmelite, and it was used for the skin as well as used as a perfume, but its star ingredient was coriander. And for some reason, I'm just picturing a bunch of nuns working at like a 1300s version of Sephora in their little nun-like smocks. In folk tales from China, if you eat coriander while you are pregnant, the child will be born a savant.
I feel like we would have a fuck pile of savants if that was the case.
Anyone who's ever had a bite of cilantro while they were pregnant is just a genius.
Just having some Tex-Mex when pregnant. Oh, my kid's a genius.
Hollywood kid. All right, so coriander is one of those things that it has a history worldwide, and for, honestly, the most part of recorded history, it's been used as a prize ingredient for its magical and mundane uses. Mundane uses here being most notably cooking and in health. So, the reason this is so big in healthcare is because coriander carries, are you ready for this? Antibacterial, antifungal, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and antimicrobial properties. So for this reason, it can be seen through history, and even in modern times still, being used for things like conjunctivitis, viral infections, body aches, because of the anti-inflammatory, allergies, and even bad breath. Many toothpastes, because it kills the germs. And many toothpastes today, if you look on them in the ingredient section, they will still contain something called citronellol, which I thought was like citronella, but it is actually the oil of coriander. It's like an essential oil of coriander, cilantro. I don't know. It's cilantro grease. You can ground up the seeds or use a compress of the leaves to help small cuts heal themselves and sort of keep clean and disinfected. Those with kidney ailments or kidney pain from agitation can benefit from a decoction of coriander seeds or roots. And it also does well with healing stomach issues and problems that come from Macy's favorite place, the gut. If you feel...
Oh, gotta
get that
gut health.
If you feel you have overindulged in food or drink, kind of an old-timey cure for this was to gnaw on some of the seeds to help aid your digestion. It's also used to lower blood sugar levels, treat ulcers, and reduce discomfort caused by the farts.
Oh, hey, that's not comfortable.
Especially if you drink a whole bunch of coffee, you're already uncomfortable.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sweating.
Oh my God. Jittery. Angry about it. Mm-hmm. So when used in a magical sense, it is used most commonly in love, but sometimes also lust work, as it's said to keep a lover faithful or to draw in a faithful mate. When you're cooking, or when you use it in cooking, it's thought of as a strong aphrodisiac, especially when used in this old and simple love spell. You ready? It's a few seeds. Pop a few seeds into your wine and lust will follow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Outside of love. Whoa. That was a good endorsement. I love that.
Slipped out of me.
All right. Outside of love, the plant is used mostly for healing and protection, protecting those who work with coriander from evil. It's used naturally in exorcisms, banishing demons and protecting people from the big baddies. It's in coriander's wheelhouse, apparently, and it's perhaps why it's tied to Saint Anthony. Another one of these that we see fairly common is with gambling. So sometimes people chew on the plant before games of chance because it's said, listen here, to tune you into your psychic capabilities. So any game of chance that you have a little bit of say in, I don't think this would work with roulette because that's truly just, I guess you could.
I guess unless you were doing like a clairvoyant or I was
gonna say, I guess you do choose which number or whatever you want to bet on. So yeah, I guess it works there. But
it'll give you them good hunches.
I feel good about 27 odd. 27 odd, that's...
Or just be a hunter and bet on green.
And every single time, yeah. It'll be fine, and everyone around him will be pissed off. You can also work with coriander to help freshen or lighten the mood, just as it does when it's added to food. It's usually added to give a little bit of that green freshness. It brightens up.
So pause. So we're just not talking about, so when you're talking about adding it to food and the aphrodisiac and stuff like that, that's not just the coriander seeds, that's all of cilantro, or is it the seeds themselves?
Predominantly, it's like anything else where the whole plant is edible. The leaves totally can be used. However, if you do use the seeds or the root, you're going to get it's going to pack more of a punch. But yeah, basically anything I'm referring to here, unless specified, like the wine, the little wine spell where you put the seeds into the wine. I don't imagine just floating a couple of leaves in the wine would do the same thing. But in general, it's any part of the plant, man. But it does help to be a bright spot in dark times. So anytime you're going through a rough spot with depression or even just staleness in your day-to-day life, it's there to add, I don't want to say a citrus tone, but you know what I'm saying. It's bright.
I know that is, that kind of whatever, it's very poppy, citrusy, limey kind of thing.
Exactly. It's not a citrus, but it's a cousin to citrus. I don't know. And from herbmagic.com, I've got this. Coriander seeds, because it's in all caps. Coriander seeds are believed to be lucky in 3 different ways: for drawing new love, to bring about fidelity in marriage, and as a charm against illness, to use coriander seeds for love drawing. Folks mix the seed with other love herbs and carry them in a red flannel bag with the name of the person they wish to attract. Some people tell us that they mix coriander seeds with cumin seeds, periwinkle leaves, and magnolia leaves and sew them into the mattress to promote faithfulness and marital fidelity. And finally, coriander seeds, along with flaxseed, angelica root, and golden seal root, are carried in a conjure bag to prevent headaches and ward off diseases. So again, that was herbmagic.com.
Interesting. I like that. It's nice now I have most of those things.
Yeah, actually.
I don't have golden seal root or whatever.
I have angelica, flaxseed. I just have like in the kitchen. Cumin. Looks like it looks like coriander itself, as well as the things that it plays really nicely with, are also just very practical things to have.
Yeah. Like I use cilantro and cumin together.
Oh,
all the time.
Oh yeah.
I love
Clark won't let me, he won't let us have beans and rice, fajitas, anything Tex-Mexy whatsoever without throwing some cumin in it.
You got to have cumin in it. Cumin, I think, is maybe one of I don't know for sure, the different founding, the different pieces of Tex-Mex versus, it's a lot more, I would say Tex-Mex is hyper-seasoned, honestly. But I feel like cumin is a big part of that. I feel like you get a lot of cumin and...
It definitely...
very super seasoned mix.
It totally... I'll give him that, when I forget it, and he's like, did you put cumin in these beans? That it totally makes a difference. I'm really hungry, dude.
I am too. And for what we're having for dinner? Red beans.
No! Oh, you're so lucky.
I'm ready. Hunter's making it right now. I'm so hungry.
Well, God damn it, Macy. You just gave me a chore. Now I gotta make... Okay, so uses. Here's how you can use your coriander in a variety of ways to achieve those benefits of love and protection and fucking exorcism and things. You can make a tea or a decoction. I would not necessarily recommend a tincture because that's a super concentrated version, I guess. And whatever you use for decoctions, limit it to about 2 teaspoons. So if you're using seeds, please don't go over 2 teaspoons because a lot of these seeds can be harmful. You can burn the dried roots or the dried leaves. I've never thought of doing this because to me in my mind it's that's just cilantro. Why would I use that? But apparently it has a really a nice aroma, kind of it's nutty but also sort of uplifting and bright. You can grind the seeds down to a powder to be used in candle dressing or even added to your incense. You can of course carry or wear any part of the plant. Just to close out here, I'm going to end. For the first time ever in Wabah history, I'm ending on some scripture.
Interesting.
This is Exodus 16:31. The people of Israel called the bread manna, and it was white like coriander seed and tasted like wafers made with honey. This doesn't necessarily have anything to do directly with coriander seed, but when something is mentioned in the Bible, for me anyway, it sort of drives home how old something or how...
Yeah, I feel that.
It puts into perspective how long it's just been around and been used. Plus, wafers made with honey. Yeah, man.
Pretty delicious.
I really liked today's episode. I think they were very practical, accessible little bastards.
Good incognito ones, too.
And what plant did... Calendula. Calendula is used a lot in skincare. So I think you could totally just have that recipe, that potion, sitting in your room and it would not even be looked twice at, because technically you could probably use that for skin redness and skin irritability because of all the properties that calendula has, yada yada, but you can also use it for its little magical properties.
There you go. Yeah, I'm excited, and I'm really wanting to try it because redness just runs in the family for us, and nothing truly makes it go away, but I really want to try calendula. I just wonder if it and that just delicious jojoba oil blend will be the ticket.
Tell me when you get some jojoba oil. And actually, I kind of want to ask the coven this. as well over on Facebook. Pop off if you've got like a really good place that you really, really trust to get your jojoba oil from. I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to not Amazon stuff so much. You know what I mean?
Get that completely. I've been ordering from other places lately, and I just do trust it significantly more.
For sure. And then we can all get greasy.
Oh.
Greasy.
Get greasy with it.
Na. Wait, is that what we were doing? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of getting greasy, I got a big bucket of greasy review footage. I think that's
great.
The best one I've ever done.
I think it is seamless.
Today's review comes from Darkless. Darkleys. I'm not sure. They say everyone's a solitary witch when you're living La Vida lockdown. Which made me feel 14 again. They say,
I love it.
Guys, I'm currently living in level 4 lockdown in Melbourne, Australia. I just said Melbourne, Australia, the weirdest way anyone said it. I apologize.
You did. I heard it.
Shit.
I'm also pretty sure you said Australia.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I love your podcast, and it is literally saving my sanity right now. I am binging it hard. Loving your work, sisters. Keep them coming. I'm sorry I accidentally said Australia. We really love our Australian listeners. Oh, God. Level 4 lockdown. That's not...
Oh. I thought you said leave before lockdown. That's how steep that E was.
I tell you, I shoot for Australia and I land in New Zealand every time. All right. If you didn't hear it last time, we're going to bring it to you one more time. I'm going to do a quick little roundup of what? Bazaar of the Beans. Listen here. If you would like to attend a digital and online fair, buy beans, for beans, all kinds of witchy goodness, it is Sunday, September 20th, 2020, from noon to 7. That's EST. It'll be on Zoom, and the link will be announced the day of the event, so keep your eyes peeled. They are still looking for vendors. However, since we put out that info a week ago, they are filling up quickly. So if you're even thinking about it, get your info over to them. Spots are $10 for 10 minutes on Zoom. All the proceeds are going to charity. Applications are first come, first served. They need your vendor name, your contact name, your email, your website, and any social media that you would like to include as well. Please get all of this info to bazaarofbeans@gmail.com by September 8th. Again, all of these vendor fees are going to charity. They are working with the Gary Sinise Foundation and their new dedicated campaign to help combat... Sorry, I can't talk. Dedicated campaign to combat COVID-19. I wrote this. Why did I put so many C words together? By helping provide the pandemic's first responders as well as healthcare workers with things like PPE, disinfecting equipment, and meals. Get those applications as well as your general inquiries to bazaarofbeans@gmail.com. You know that level that you hit when you're so over it, you're so tired, you're run down, that you just get hella goofy. I believe I've entered it.
See, I'm just there now. I feel pretty good other than that, but I'm so hungry. I've passed anger, and now I am just I could just lay down and die.
You said I thought you were going to say, I'm so hungry, I have passed away. I think I hear Mr. Clarky Malarkey grinding up some coffee. So listen, we're going to roll right into these socials here. So first things first, Goyles and Boyles. If you'd like to advertise with the Witch Bitch Amateur Hour, you can do that. Macy, send them in that direction.
You can go to advertisecast.com. / the Witch Bitch Amateur Hour.
We have an email address. wbahpodcast at gmail.com. Also, if you want to get those vendor applications in as well as general inquiries, it's bazaarofbeans at gmail.com. Just, I thought you needed it again. Instagram, Instagem, he'll be at the Bazaar of Beans.
Oh, yeah, always.
Always, even when it's not happening. He's over at our Instagram at witchbitchamateurhour. Macy, tell him about that tweeter.
You can go to the Twitter that we don't really use at Bitch Hour.
We have a Facebook, which we... Hello! Hi! Thank you! What was that face?
I don't want to scare you, then you yell into it.
A beverage. Facebook at Witch Amateur Hour. Y'all know all this. Come on. We have a P.O. Box. It's 865 Canton, Texas, 75103. What did I miss?
Teespring?
Oh, we have a Teespring. Go to Teespring and search for the Witch Bitch Amateur Hour, or follow the link at our website and our link tree and all that. You know, we've got merch, and we're having more merch come up soon, dude.
Eventually. We talk about it a lot, but we'll do it.
We have grand ideas. Also, I forgot to mention that the Bazaar of Beans thing is actually put on by a handful of fantastic listeners. It's not actually a thing that we are doing. I just wanted to throw that out there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's very important too. We are not going to be able to help you
yes.
like they can.
And I also don't want to feel like we're like taking the credit for this. We're not trying to steal credit. That's what I'm saying. Goodbye.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I've entered manic, and I just don't want to put that on anybody.
I feel that my stomach physically hurts me. I am going to go load up a bowl
Macy
of red beans and rice. I'm gonna go load me a bowl with some sour cream and celery salt, and I'm gonna go to town on it, man. I'm just gonna let it have it.
Oh, that's uncomfortable. All right, man. Tell me if your beans and rice are delicious.
They're going to be delicious, man. You know it. Are you going to make
I'm
some?
going to talk about it, but I might throw something frozen in the oven.
You're a map of the world, and I'm a map of Canton. What's that about?
What is that?
I feel very small town right now.